Hey guys, what's going on? How you doing? How you doing? Come on in. Come on in. Y'all not gonna believe this. Hey Tiny, what's up? What's going on? How are you? To hear my Bahi, what's going on? Hello, hello, hello. Stephanie, hello, 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 hello. Grandma D, hello. How are you? How are you? Come on in, guys. Angela, hello. How you doing? Plotter, you are never going to believe this. You are not going to believe this. You are not going to believe this, Plotter. Bonnie, how are you? How are you? Come on in. Come on in. You are not going to believe this, Plotter. I'm telling you. Mara, hey, how you doing? Come on in. Come on in. Mary, hey, how you doing? Come on in. Y'all not going to believe this. Y'all not going to believe this. But the ones who were with me for the last 5 hours, y'all are not going to believe what I have to tell you right now. Just in the short time that I walked in my house. Bonnie, actually, I'm late. I'm an hour behind, so. But you on time today, boo. So you good. Y'all not going to believe this. Shay, it is not over. Wait till I tell you that. You're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe this, Shay. You are not going to believe this. Those of you who are with me for the last 5 hours, y'all know why I'm late. I apologize to everyone else that I'm late. Trust me when I say it could not be helped. I tried and I failed. What can I say? Sometimes we just fail. Hey, Ariel, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay. So y'all know that was with me for the last 5 hours that it took me 5 hours, 5.5 hours to get food and return home, right? Hey, Miss 𝗏𝗓𝗞, how you doing? Right? So y'all understand how long it took me to get food, right? So you know I brought extra food. I brought the rest of the food home. And hubby was going to get some. I get out the car. And my daughter is like, oh, you didn't get me nothing? I said I wanted something. Okay. So I got the extra food in there. You could have that, right? You could have the rice and the bourbon chicken, and Jay will just eat whatever. I literally go to change into because I have inside clothes and outside clothes. So I have my inside clothes on now. These are not the clothes I was driving with. I don't sit on my bed with my outside clothes. So outside clothes come off, inside clothes stay on, and those are clothes that I'm around the house. So I get, yes, 5 flipping hours. Yes, honey. So I get this food. I had to go back and get my fried shrimp because they didn't give me fried shrimp, right? Because that's what I was wanting, the fried shrimp. I ate 3 fried shrimp, right? And the rest I was saving for when I got home. So I give my daughter the chicken with the fried rice, right? I give her that. You could have this. This is a meal, whatever. And from the time I went to the bathroom, changed my clothes so I could start with you guys, I come out the bathroom, I wash my hands, come out the bathroom. She done took the plates that, containers, sat down with them instead of like putting them on a separate plate, and she threw up all in the food. I come out, she got throw up on her shirt. She got throw up on the cover for the couch. And I'm like, what the is going on? Because we know I don't do throw up, right? I don't do throw up. Like, my kids know I don't do throw up. So if you throw up, you're going to clean it up because I don't do throw up. Like, get away from me right now because I know, like, what is you throwing up for? What did you eat? Like, because from what I understand, you just got up like 2 hours ago. So why is you throwing up? So, yeah, threw up. I said, what did you throw up on? Because I see it on the containers. She's like, oh, you can't eat that fried shrimp. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what it looks like when you live with a troll. Yeah. So all my food that I got that I was about to reheat just went in the trash. So yeah. And there concludes a day in the life of Stephanie. Yep. So I told her go change her shirt, go clean up the stuff that she need to clean up because she know I don't do throw up. And we back to not having no food again. Yeah. We back to just having no food. I know, great trip. I should have just drove around. That's it. Right, Mary, after all of that. You can't make this up. I cannot make this up, honey. I'm telling you right now. You be shedding tears and going away. I mean, I literally just walked in the house. Everybody knows that I just got off my other live. What did I do? There's nothing I could do. I just threw everything in the trash. Hey, Maggie, what's going on? You want to come up, baby? You want to come up? I had a day, Maggie. I just got in, honey. And let me tell you, if it wasn't for me being on live for the last 5 hours, nobody would believe me if I told them I was definitely making this shit up. Let me tell you. I'm definitely making this one up. I can't be telling the truth on this one. I don't know. I don't know what, like, I don't know why you had all the food spread out right in front of you instead of, you know what? I'm just leave it alone. I just leave it alone. See how I be trying to, and I be trying to enjoy it. I be trying, see? I was trying to enjoy my little meal. I done left again, tried to get me a meal, and something else. Just a mouse came flat. I want to tear it apart. Yeah, I just I don't even know what to say, but except for this is my life. Okay, enjoy the movie, Maggie. Love you. I'm sorry I couldn't. I was trying to make it back so I could be with you, but it took me 5 hours, Maggie, to get food today because of something, and then I got home and my daughter threw up all on the food I bought. So now I ain't got no food. Yeah. That's pretty much the long and the short of it. Hey Cassandra, yes. Hey Cassandra, Captain America, yes. Have a good time. She's going to see Avengers. Okay, that's what's up. Have a good time. Have a good time. Hey Renee, that's gonna be fun. So yeah, so no food. I mean, at least I got the 3 fried shrimp. Oh no, I don't clean up throw up. My kids have known that for a year since they were young enough to. I don't do throw up. It'll be like that scene from Stand By Me where everybody be throwing up on everybody. No, I can't do it. Baby throw up. That's about it. Baby spittle. I can do baby spittle, but once you get to a certain age where I can identify chunks of food, I can't do it. Mm-mm. Maggie, you're my favorite kind of nerd. I love you. Yes, we love Maggie. Happy Valentine's Day to you too, Maggie. Love you, love you, love you lots. I hope you had a good show earlier. I was trying to get back, Maggie, but I'm telling you, I can't make it up. If everybody wasn't with me, they saw it. They was with me. They saw everything that happened to me today. And I'm telling you, I be trying. And it be the most random ridiculousness. I don't know. I don't know. I be sending somebody to get me my food, but now I don't want nobody near my food because I'm trying to understand what we throwing up for. What is we throwing up for? You ain't been nowhere. You ain't did like Jennifer. How you doing? How you doing, honey? You know how y'all doing? How y'all having Friday? Y'all Valentine's Day is working. I mean, I hope she feel better too. But at this point, she's 20 years old. I'm concerned with the fact that I spent 5 hours looking for food and you just throwing up out of nowhere. I don't know what we throwing up for. Like, you didn't even eat nothing. So whatever you just ate, you just literally threw up what you just ate. So I don't know if the food wasn't no good. That'd be a first. But it's the first time I ever got that. So I don't know. I don't know. Seems like forever that I've been in here with you guys. I had a friend passed away, so we were doing some. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Grandma D. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, but y'all been with me all day, so y'all know I witnessed your ridiculous day. Absolutely, Plaza. So you know I don't be making it up. There's nothing for me to make up. Steph, I honestly thought you ate before you went home. I had 3 pieces of fried shrimp in the car, and I think I had about 5 or 6 forkfuls of the pasta and a couple French fries. But the bulk of it was in everything else. I mean, I was a little full, but I was going to go ahead and eat a little bit more just because. But yeah, stomach bugs. She ain't been nowhere, though. She been here with me, so I don't know. Yeah, sorry for your loss, Grandma D. Absolutely. Some of us just our lives, nothing simple. No, Tiny. If you understood, but I think y'all starting to see, right? Y'all starting to see why Steph is the way that she is because could you imagine me losing it over nothing? Maybe when a certain person gets out of work later, Valentine's Day might be working. Somebody is hopeful for this Valentine's Day. And at this point, it's just like, let's go to sleep and start this day again tomorrow. We'll see if we could get better tomorrow. Like this boy is like throw the whole day away. But it is what it is. You need receipts. You want to see the shirt she threw up onto here? Because I was like, would you want to change your shirt? This is making me sick. I know the way people be asking for receipts. That's how they be acting like they need to see everything. What is this? That's weird. Huh. Something happened with my phone. This is very strange. Okay, I don't know what's going on my phone. So hold up. Let's see what we got going on. I'm gonna start the thing. The movie, and then I can check all my messages. So if anybody sent me a message, I didn't get it yet because I've been driving. Thank you all. He was a giant gentleman. Hard to come by these days. Oh, so sorry to hear that. Dragon Queen, my day hack been whack. I feel you. I feel you, Dragon Queen. Welcome now. Come and join with us. Nah, I'm good on Valentine's Day. Just about money, man. That's what I'm talking about. It's all good. So sorry about your food. I hope you get 1,000 more shrimp tomorrow. I think I don't even want shrimp no more. How about that? How about I don't even feel like I want it no more. I don't even want it. My wife's working night shift Valentine's Day tomorrow. Oh, that would be nice. That's gonna be nice when everybody else is done. Was out all day now in bed. Finally, time to watch. That's what I'm talking about. We gonna get some videos popping because we need a little break. Plotter is gonna be interesting night for me. Oh my goodness. Hey Michelle, what's going on? I just told everybody the update on what happened to my food. It's not good news, Michelle. Steph Murph said next time when you're going live, I think. Hey Margie. Let's see. Yeah. That was a real disappointment right there. I thought I was gonna get at least a couple more bites. I get some water, I guess. I got water. I got my water now. Yeah, Michelle. It didn't end the way I thought it would with my food. I brought my food home. My daughter said she wanted some. I gave her the chicken with the rice. And she must have went and got my shrimp while I was in the bathroom. And she opened everything and threw up all over everything. So no food. It's trash. Making grilled cheese and tomato soup. Oh, that's old school. I remember that when I was a kid. No, sorry, Murph said text him when you're going live. My bad. Okay, I'll text Murph now. Yeah, so no food for me. Not a problem. No food for me. I got my 3 pieces of fried shrimp and a couple of forkfuls of pasta and a couple of French fries. I'm about to eat Valentine's Day dinner with y'all single life. Happy Valentine's Day. Yes, happy Valentine's Day. I don't know, said bless your heart. Yeah, Michelle, y'all seen what I went through. And in the end, I lost again. He went to go grab food and then he'll be on live. Okay, cool. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started with these videos because I know I got a bunch of messages. So let me go ahead and do that. And yeah, I'll figure out what's going on. So all right, guys. What's going on, YouTube? How you doing? I'm just saying VB here. We got another video, missing kids. Let's see what's going on. Let's check it out, guys.
These kids were found alive years after going missing.
Morning.
In 2022, Utah deputies made an astonishing discovery after approaching a man who was cold and down on his luck.
You want to come sit in his car and warm up for a minute?
Police found him outside a gas station in Park City, Utah. He got into the sheriff's car to escape the cold. 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗅 explains.
They took his fingerprints in the car and then did some more digging and realized something extraordinary. He seemed to be a match for a teenager who'd been reported missing nearly 3 years ago.
Connor Jack Oswald vanished from his home in Clear Lake, California in 2019 when he was 16. He'd been diagnosed with autism. The sheriff's office contacted the missing teen's family.
Is it him?
A little bit older, but yeah.
My sweetheart's wife. Oh my God.
He's my baby, you know? I never stop looking.
Every day.
You don't know how many times I've dreamed of that call. Or just opening the door and he was there.
Not much was known about where Connor Jack was for 3 years.
Everybody in that room was a parent. And how could you not be that emotional?
What the sheriffs did is incredible. It was like winning $1 billion.
In 2021, there were tears of joy and disbelief when a family in China was reunited after over 2 decades. In 1997, their 2-year-old son was playing outside their home when he was abducted. He was then reportedly sold to another family. An official investigation into the child's disappearance wasn't successful, but the boy's parents did not give up. His father started his own search, and for 24 years, he traversed China on a motorcycle, handing out flyers and following leads. During the quest, he burned through 10 bikes, all of the family's savings, and got into several traffic accidents. But he was determined to find his boy. His search was over when police located a man matching the description of the son. A DNA test confirmed his identity, and the 26-year-old man was reunited with his parents. In 2018, prayers were answered for the family of a teenager missing for 5 years.
She's alive. That is the best thing that could have possibly happened.
Emily Paul was 14 when she vanished in 2013 from Tallahassee, Florida. Melissa Parker is her cousin who spoke to Steve and Fabian.
5 years goes by and you and your family, you don't hear a peep, right?
Nothing for 5 years.
Did you give up hope? Did you think she was still out there somewhere?
You never give up hope. I never stopped looking for Emily. I never stopped thinking about her. I can remember going out into crowds of people and you look at every girl who passes who's around that age and you think, is that her?
Out of the blue, a letter arrived addressed to Emily's mother.
In the letter, she basically said, yeah, I'm okay, I'm 19, I'm safe, I'm happy, I'm healthy, and I'm where I want to be.
A police captain posted a message on social media asking Emily to come forward so they could be sure the letter was legit and not written under duress.
Emily, if you'll do this, then I can close this case and I can have a peace of mind knowing you're okay.
To everyone's surprise, Emily walked into a local police station and asked to speak to a detective.
Her remarks to him was that she was happy, she's fine where she's at, and that she had a good support system.
There was a heartbreaking twist. Emily didn't want her family to know her whereabouts.
It's crazy, but she's an adult now and she gets to make that decision. I have no idea what it could take to get her to come home. I'm just hoping one day that she'll want to come back into all of our lives and be a part of it again.
𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗞 was just 11 years old when he went missing in Spain in 2017. In 2023, he was found safe in France.
It gives me great pleasure to say Alex has now made his safe return back to the UK after 6 years.
The Greater Manchester Police says Alex never returned home from a vacation he went on with his mother and grandfather, neither of whom had guardianship of him at the time. The teen was found walking along a road in a town near Toulouse, France, and identified himself to a driver who stopped to ask him if he needed a ride. He was reportedly taken to a spiritual commune in Spain and decided to leave on his own.
We are yet to fully establish the circumstances surrounding his disappearance, but no matter what, understand that this may be an overwhelming process. He may now be 6 years older than when he went missing, but he is still a young person.
Alex was later reunited with his grandmother. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Andrea Swindle.
All right, so some good news, right? It's about time we get a little good news, right? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm gonna go ahead and get it out of here. Y'all have a good one. Bye. All right, guys, take this one down. We got another one. Something about a missing boy. Oh God, what is the problem here? What is the problem here? I'm not even playing games today. How about this? How about I'm not playing games with I'm not. Let me explain what we not gonna do today, trolls. Not today. I'm not. If I have to get rid of you, I'm not giving timeouts. You just never coming back. How about that? Just never coming back. How about them apples? Want that? Don't come in here with your bullshit today, please. I had a day. Are you still supporting, advocating, collecting funds for documented child abusers? Oh, another troll. Look at this. Yes, because I support child abusers. That's what we're here for. Absolutely. Anything else you guys want to do? Get a freaking life. God. Where are my mods? Plotter, I don't know what side they're on, but yeah, I just banned 2 people. I'm not in the mood for having to cuss people out. I have 2 trolls already. They might be on Mike's side. I don't know. I don't know whose side they're on. Nitty and Truth Paste, which, get a freaking life, please. Because I'm not even going to time you out. I'm just going to ban you. Come on. I'm telling you, I can't make this up. Anywho, so, let's see. Where are we at? Okay, so the next one, missing kids. We're going to check that one out. I don't know what it's about. So let's get into this one.
These kids were found alive years after going missing.
Morning.
In 2022, Utah deputies made an astonishing discovery after approaching a man who was...
That's the same one. Let's get into another one. Which one is that? Missing. Oh, it's a missing boy. Hold on one second, guys. Let me put this one up here.
When this missing boy simply walks out of the woods after 11 years of being missing, his mother turns pale when she sees who is behind him. Jenny Martin never missed her annual hike through the woods on the outskirts of Greenwood. Every year, she returned to the place where her son Nathan had vanished exactly 11 years ago. It had been a crisp autumn day, with bright orange and red leaves crunching beneath her boots. Nathan, just 7 years old, had been dressed in his superhero costume, full of life and boundless energy as he darted ahead of her on the trail. That day, he had begged her to let him run on his own, just for a moment, down the familiar path. She had allowed it, thinking there was no harm in letting him experience a taste of adventure. But when she reached the clearing where he should have been, Nathan was gone, vanished without a trace. Search parties had combed the forest for weeks. Dogs, helicopters, and volunteers scoured every inch of the woods, but no sign of Nathan was ever found. Jenny's life had been frozen in that moment ever since. Now the forest stood before her as a monument to her grief, its dark branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. Yet, as long as she still had breath in her body, she would continue this ritual, driven by an unyielding hope that her boy was still out there somewhere. As Jenny walked the familiar trail, the crunch of leaves underfoot seemed unnaturally loud. The forest was eerily quiet, its usual chorus of birds and rustling wind absent. She pulled her coat tighter around herself, a chill creeping through her, even though the air wasn't particularly cold. It felt as if the woods were holding its breath, and the sensation that she was not alone grew stronger with every step. The deeper Jenny ventured into the forest, the stronger the feeling of being watched became. She reached the clearing where Nathan had disappeared, and she knelt down, placing a small toy car, a replica of his favorite, on the ground. She had left such toys for years, a token of her undying love, and the little plastic toys were now in varying states of wear, some partially buried under leaves or moss. "Happy birthday, Nathan," she whispered, her voice trembling as she stared into the dense trees beyond. "I'll never stop looking for you." Jenny's words seemed to hang in the air, unanswered. As she rose, she caught a flicker of movement at the edge of the clearing, just a shadow slipping through the trees. Her heart skipped a beat. She squinted, trying to make out a figure, but it was as if the forest was playing tricks on her. "Hello?" she called out, her voice cracking slightly. "Is someone there?" A soft rustling came from the underbrush. She took a step back, her eyes scanning the woods frantically. Suddenly, a figure emerged, a tall, gaunt young man, with ragged clothing hanging loosely on his thin frame. He stood motionless, just beyond the edge of the clearing, as if he had been waiting for her to notice him. "Who are you?" Jenny asked, her voice laced with a mixture of fear and something else. Something like hope. The young man remained silent. He was staring at her with a gaze so intense, it sent a shiver down her spine. As he took a step forward, his face caught the light, and she saw it. Those green eyes, that jawline. The features were unmistakably familiar. "Nathan?" she whispered, her voice barely audible. Her knees felt weak as the recognition sank in. The young man before her was the spitting image of her lost son, but older, leaner, and covered in scars that marred his once cherubic face. Jenny's legs trembled as she took a step closer to the young man who seemed to be her son. "Nathan, is it really you?" she asked, her voice filled with hope, but edged with caution. The boy didn't respond immediately. He seemed to study her, as though trying to remember if she was someone he knew. Then, he tilted his head slightly and said in a voice that was rough and cracked, "I got lost." The simplicity of his statement took Jenny by surprise, and for a moment, all the years of pain and searching seemed to flood back to her. She took another step toward him, her hand outstretched. But there was something unnerving about his demeanor. His eyes, though familiar, seemed hollow, as if a part of him was missing. "Where have you been?" she asked, tears welling up in her eyes. "We've been searching for you, Nathan. I never stopped looking." But Nathan didn't answer. His gaze shifted past her, as though there was something, or someone, more important beyond. Jenny followed his gaze, her breath hitching in her throat as she realized they weren't alone. Emerging from the dense forest behind Nathan was a man, tall and gaunt like the boy, with clothes that hung in tattered rags. His hair was disheveled, and his eyes seemed to hold a wild, untamed look. He moved slowly, almost deliberately, until he came to a stop just a few paces behind Nathan. Jenny's face turned pale and her blood ran cold. She recognized the man immediately. It was Jack, her estranged husband and Nathan's father. He had disappeared shortly after Nathan had gone missing, and many in the town had whispered that his sudden absence was a sign of his guilt. Yet here he was, looking as though the years had ravaged him just as they had her son. Jenny's mind reeled as she stared at Jack, her estranged husband, who looked like a man who had aged decades in just 11 years. His clothes were ragged and filthy, his skin was pale and weathered, and his eyes, once so familiar, held a new darkness, as if they had witnessed something terrible. Standing a few paces behind him, Nathan remained disturbingly silent, his gaze never leaving Jenny, yet seeming to look right through her. "Jack, what happened to you?" Jenny's voice trembled as she struggled to understand the bizarre scene in front of her. "What happened to Nathan? Where have you been?" Jack exchanged a glance with Nathan before turning back to Jenny. His expression shifted to one of weariness, as if he were holding back the weight of unspeakable experiences. "We got lost," he said quietly, his voice rough and ragged. "We found another way of living." "What do you mean?" Jenny demanded, her pulse quickening as she noticed a strange tone in Jack's voice, a calmness that seemed almost rehearsed, like a man repeating lines from a play. "Why didn't you come back? Why didn't you try to get help?" Jack took a step closer, his movements slow and deliberate. "We did try at first," he replied, "but after a while, the forest started to feel like home. We found people out there, living off the grid, away from society. It's a place where you don't have to be found if you don't want to be." His eyes shifted to Nathan, who remained silent, his expression vacant, almost detached. Jenny's stomach twisted with a sense of dread. "People? What people?" she asked, her voice rising in alarm. "Are you saying there are others out there, living in the woods?" Jack nodded, his face grim but calm. "Yes, there are families, groups. They've been living out there for years, keeping to themselves, following..."
That sound like that movie. What was that movie by M. Night Shyamalan? The Village. Let me find out they up here telling a story about The Village. Because that's what it sound like. Because some people was definitely living like it was Little House on the Prairie. And next thing you know, you realize they was in the forest somewhere chilling. Let me find out.
Their own ways. It's not like here, Jenny. It's simpler. The words hung in the air, an eerie chill settling over the clearing as Jenny tried to comprehend what Jack was describing. "Are you saying you've been living with some kind of off-grid community?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "Why would you stay there? Why would you keep Nathan there?" Jack's lips curved into a thin, unsettling smile. "It's not a community, Jenny. It's more than that. We found a way of life that works for us, a place where we don't have to answer to anyone, where we can live by our own rules." He spoke with a strange intensity that made Jenny's skin crawl. His words were almost reverent, like a man defending his faith. The realization hit Jenny like a punch to the gut. "It sounds like a cult," she spat, her eyes narrowing at him. "Did you join some kind of cult? Is that where you've been keeping Nathan? What did you do to him?" A shadow crossed Jack's face, and for a moment, a flicker of defensiveness showed in his eyes. "It's not a cult," he replied, his tone sharper than before. "It's a way of living free from the corruption and chaos of the outside world. The people there, they've chosen to live in harmony with the forest, to escape the madness of modern life." Jenny took a step back, shaking her head in disbelief. "Modern life? You're talking about the life you had here, with me, with your family. You took our son and hid him away from the world. How could you do that?" Her voice broke as she looked at Nathan, whose expression was disturbingly blank, as if the boy she had known was locked away somewhere deep inside. "Jenny, you don't understand," Jack said, taking another step toward her. "There's a peace out there that you can't find here. It's hard to explain, until you've lived it. Once you've experienced it, it changes you. It opens your eyes." Jenny's throat tightened with a mixture of anger and fear. "What do you mean, it changes you? What happened to you out there?" she asked, her eyes darting between Jack and Nathan. "What did those people do to you?" Jack's expression remained calm, even as Jenny's panic escalated. "They didn't do anything to us, Jenny," he said quietly. "They just showed us another way to live, a place where we could be free, where we could be together." "Together?" Jenny repeated, her voice trembling with rage. You call this being together? You've taken Nathan away from everything he knew. He's not the same. Look at him. She gestured to Nathan, whose face remained impassive, his eyes dull and distant. He's not the boy I remember. What did they do to him? Did they brainwash him? What are you trying to pull, Jack? Jack's calm exterior cracked for just a moment, revealing a glimpse of something darker, something guarded. Nathan is different now, he admitted.
Sound like she found them right before they was about to start passing out the Kool-Aid. That's what it sounded like. I know that's right. That's still my son. I want him back. That's what I would say. Yeah. Sounds like Jack found new love or something weird. Yeah, it sounds like something weird going on, but don't drink the Kool-Aid, boo. Don't do it.
His voice low. He's had to adapt. We both have. You wouldn't understand. Jenny's heart sank. There was a part of Jack's story that he wasn't telling, a truth buried beneath his cryptic words. The notion of an off-grid community, especially one so reclusive that it kept people hidden for over a decade, filled her with a sense of dread.
Me too.
What exactly had they been doing out there in the woods? What kind of beliefs or practices had changed her son so drastically? I want you both to come back with me, she said, her voice trembling as she reached out for Nathan. Come home, Nathan. Please, we can fix this. We can get help. Nathan's eyes met hers for a brief moment, and she thought she saw a flicker of recognition, a hint of the boy she had lost. Jack placed a hand on his shoulder and looked at Jenny with a mixture of pity and resignation. We are home, Jenny, Jack said softly, and we're not leaving. The words struck her like a blow, and she took another step back. This isn't right, she said, her voice cracking. This isn't you, Jack, and it isn't Nathan. You've been twisted by whatever you found out there. You need help, both of you. Jack's face hardened. We don't need help, Jenny, he said, his tone icy. It's you who needs to let go. There are things out here you wouldn't understand, things that change you, and once you've been changed, there's no going back. As Jack spoke, Jenny felt the enormity of his words pressed down on her. There was an almost mystical quality to his voice, as though he was trying to convey the profound nature of the life he had chosen. But behind his calm demeanor, she sensed a lurking danger, something insidious and corrupt that had wormed its way into his soul. It wasn't just about living off-grid or rejecting society. It was as if the woods themselves had taken hold of them, shaped them into something unrecognizable. Please, Nathan, she whispered, her voice breaking as she reached out one last time. Come back with me. But Nathan only shook his head, his expression vacant and distant, like a stranger wearing the face of her son. The boy she had once known was gone, and the realization hit Jenny with a bone-deep chill. Jack and Nathan turned back toward the woods, disappearing into the darkness from where they had emerged, leaving Jenny standing alone at the edge of the clearing, trembling with fear and rage. Jenny stumbled out of the forest, her mind a chaotic swirl of disbelief and terror. She managed to reach her car and dialed 911, her hands trembling as she recounted the encounter with Nathan and Jack. The dispatcher listened intently as Jenny described finding her son and estranged husband alive after all these years, still out there in the woods. Within an hour, the police had arrived. Officers combed the area, flashlights scanning through the dense trees as they called out for Nathan and Jack. Jenny remained by the trailhead, her arms wrapped around herself for warmth, watching helplessly as the search continued late into the night. But as dawn broke, it became clear that there would be no miraculous reunion. The officers found no sign of Nathan or Jack. There were no tracks, no makeshift campsites, nothing to suggest that anyone had been living in the woods for years. It was as though they had simply disappeared, swallowed up by the forest once more. One of the senior officers, Detective Hughes, approached Jenny, his expression cautious. Ma'am, are you absolutely sure you saw your son and your husband out here? He asked gently. The team didn't find anything, not even a footprint. Jenny felt a surge of anger and frustration. Of course I'm sure, she snapped. I know my own son. I saw him. And Jack. They were right there, just beyond the clearing. The detective sighed, rubbing the back of his neck. We'll keep looking, but it's possible. He hesitated. It's possible that grief can play tricks on the mind, especially in a place like this. Jenny glared at him. I'm not imagining things. They were here, she insisted. But deep down, even she felt a sliver of doubt. Could it have been a trick of the light? Had the years of grief and longing finally driven her to hallucinate? Days passed, and despite repeated searches, there was still no sign of Nathan or Jack. The authorities began to question Jenny's mental state, suggesting that she see a grief counselor and perhaps stay with friends or family for support. Detective Hughes was kind but firm when he visited her one last time. Sometimes our minds want closure so badly that they create it for us, he said gently. If there's ever anything more to go on, we'll reopen the investigation. But for now, it's best if you try to move on. Jenny felt an icy chill seep into her bones at the thought. Move on? How could she move on when her son was still out there, somewhere in that forest? She couldn't stay here, not in Greenwood, where the trees loomed on the horizon like a constant reminder of her loss. Everywhere she looked, she saw those haunted green eyes staring back at her. Jenny decided to sell the house and leave Greenwood behind. She packed her belongings, each item carrying the weight of 11 years of grief and memories. The last thing she took down was Nathan's old framed photo from the living room wall, the same picture she had used in every missing poster all those years ago. As she drove away, she glanced in the rearview mirror, half expecting to see Nathan's shadowy figure watching her from the woods. But there was only the dense thicket of trees, standing silently under the gray sky. The toy cars she had left at the clearing had been reclaimed by the forest, swallowed up by leaves and soil as if they had never existed. Jenny relocated to a town several hours away, where the thick, oppressive woods didn't press against the edges of every road. She tried to settle into a new life, tried to put the past behind her, but she couldn't shake the feeling that Nathan was still out there, waiting for her, or perhaps something else was, wearing her son's face. No one ever saw Nathan or Jack Martin again, and the townspeople of Greenwood whispered about Jenny's account for years afterward. Some believed her, convinced that the forest held dark secrets. Others dismissed it as the ramblings of a grief-stricken mother who had lost her grip on reality. But those who hiked the old trails sometimes claimed that late at night, they could sometimes see a shadowy figure standing just beyond the clearing, watching them with eyes that glinted like emeralds. What a truly creepy story about an unknown living. Do you think Jenny actually saw her son and husband, or did she imagine it all? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Until next time.
Okay, guys. So what do you think? What do you think about that? That was a very interesting story. I don't know if that was true or not, but the first thing came to my mind is, man, I wish he had a taser, because as soon as they turn their back to go in them woods, I'm tasing both of them behinds right in their butt. Bzz, bzz, your ass ain't going nowhere. Lay your ass down for call these cops. You ain't going nowhere. That was the first thing. Like, dang, you need a taser.
Girl, you crazy.
Hey, Mike.
You got that. Hey, y'all.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Oh man, I tried to have too much fun yesterday, man. I said, you know what? It's almost time to leave. Oh my gracious, it's so you know what? It's funny that this story, it's almost like people in the city, people that live in their life and pushing hard, working hard, they wouldn't understand. Going in the woods, your mind is free. It's almost like I'm bored. Boredom is happiness. If I didn't have the YouTube and the computer, I would go freaking crazy. Because there's nothing to do. There's nothing to buy. There's no need to buy anything. That's what the woods, and it's funny, I come in because I was asleep. and I heard Mina turned you on, and I'm listening, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna lay here because Ariel claimed that it was Gary Rain, and it's with her beautiful self. She said, Uncle Mike, it's about to rain. So they all ran, and we grabbing all the equipment because we was outside, and we bring all the equipment in. For 3 drops, we felt 3 drops.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So not much rain.
Right. I should say that they felt 3 drops because I didn't feel shit. But I'm with them, though. I'm grabbing this stuff, running it, put it in. Don't worry about. We'll put it together. So I just finished putting it together. So I'm like, I'm not gonna get up and put this stuff together. I'm just gonna listen to Stephanie. Then I start feeling bad. I said, I feel bad for Stephanie because Stephanie by herself don't know where Murph at. Oh, there go Murph. No, I'm just playing. What's up, Murph?
Hey,
And
how you doing, people?
what's up, cousin? How you doing, cousin?
What's going on, brother?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I had a day today, honey.
Oh, with the trolls. I heard you saying and talking about some trolls and stuff. I think they come.
2 trolls that came in here. I got rid of them, but I was out all day today trying to get me something to eat. And I was out for 5.5 hours on a live. And it was not supposed to take that long to get me something to eat. And I finally got home, because that's why we were late today. I finally got home. And then my daughter threw up all over the food.
What? My mouth was open. Don't say that.
So
I've literally just eaten. That's why it's been so long. It's taken me so long to get in here.
I think I'm done. It's hard to swallow.
I'm sorry, Mike.
You know what? Yesterday, and it was good. It was we went to Jollibee's. That's like Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
And I done ate the chicken, and then she bought these pie. It's like a pie, not a pie, like a apple. At McDonald's, you got them apple pies, or cherry pie. But this was a tuna fish pie. That's what I thought. So I said, well, I'm in the Philippines. I tasted it. It was all right. It wasn't what you expect, because you was expecting something sweet.
It's like a crab cake?
Yeah, it's more like a crab cake in the crust.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a tuna fish crab cake type thing in the crust.
I don't eat tuna.
But a piece of the crust went down the wrong pipe. It got the coughing and hoofing and hook. I almost threw up just to try to get that little piece out of the wrong pipe. And they started panicking. You okay, Uncle Mike? Are you okay? You okay? The dog's looking at me like, nigga, is you about to die? The dog, because I spit some out, and the dog started coming around like, if you spitting, we eating. So
can I just say as well, how nice does Steph's hair look?
It look
well, thank you, brother. Let's see if they complain about this one. If not, we can change it later. We'll see how long this lasts.
Yeah, no. Yes, it's you're going to be in wig territory now. They're going to be,
It's alright. It's alright.
You know what I mean? It's like
it's funny. Hey, Rashad, what's going on, Rashad? How you doing, man? You coming to hang out with us?
Oh, come on, Rashad. Rashad, my man.
I talked to him yesterday.
He might be at work though. If he's at work, he can't come on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what happened. I spent 5.5 hours. And everybody got to see what a day in the life of Stephanie looks like, and it's ridiculous as always.
Yeah.
And then I got home and went to the bathroom, came back, all my food was ruined. So
everyone, happy Valentine's Day was yesterday. Is it Valentine's Day today?
Oh, it's today. For us, it's today. Yes.
Yeah. For Valentine's Day.
For me, it was 9 minutes ago. It ended.
Oh,
Oh, it's
so
over
happy
for you.
Valentine's
Okay.
Day.
So it's only
Hey,
Valentine's Day
Renee.
for us. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Somebody else said,
Thank you.
Michelle. Hello, Michelle. I saw you say hi to me, and everybody else that said hi to me that I didn't see. I don't know if Tahir released that video yet. That I showed a little footage of the. I'm showing in the beginning. I show a lot of footage of the Philippines. Then we go do the reaction, and then we at the end we show some more footage of the Philippines on the closing. So we're doing like 3 or 4 of those videos. Yesterday now,
Okay.
Mike. Yeah, happy
Yeah,
Valentine's Day, Mike.
Tahir said
Miss Golf.
he was having internet issues earlier. I don't know if it's better now, but you know, didn't matter. I was late because I couldn't get nowhere.
Yeah, y'all doing your thing. It's funny because I haven't seen my man, the little kid in the back seat and saying a bullshit, a bullshit, a bullshit. I seen him this morning and been saying that all day. A bullshit, a bullshit. It's raining outside. Bullshit. That ain't rain. That's just rough.
That's funny. That is
I had
funny.
a dope beverage. Sorry, guys. That's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna
No
need
wine.
me a drink today too for everything I had to go through. I feel like I need a drink too. I might have to. I might have to give in on that one because good Lord.
Oh, you know what? I forgot I was drinking that wine kind of often before I got here. I thought it was straight water to Red Horse, but nah, the Red Horse, they went and I can't get no money, y'all.
Is it still closed?
Man, they won't let me get no cash. You know what? We got slick though. We got slick. I can't get no cash. I got plenty of money on the credit cards, plenty of money in the bank, plenty of money on the Cash App. Somebody says, I think Stephanie says something about, I can Cash App you some money. I got plenty of money in the Cash App.
I got no Cash App.
Plenty of money in the PayPal. Well, somebody said it. But plenty of money ain't in my pockets.
Yeah. Murph, can you drop my PayPal, please? Or one of the mods drop my PayPal, please? I don't know what side LA Chick is on, but LA Chick was asking for the PayPal.
Well, I've just dropped it on your side, and then I'll go and drop it on Mike's side as well.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you, LA Chick. But yeah, I definitely need a drink after today. There's a gnat flying around in here now. Great.
Well,
I think today has been a day for things to happen. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, clearly it's like, oh my
it's a
goodness.
bunch of bullshit. Bullshit.
Right.
I said bullshit.
So any troll that come in here today, we not playing no timeout games. I'm just banning you and I'm reporting you. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
How about that? How about we just get straight to the end? I'm not gonna play no games today.
Bullshit.
Not in the mood. How about that?
I said, oh my gracious, bro.
I know, Renee.
I'm teaching Ariel's husband. Her husband. Around. I can't remember his name. He's so cool. I told him, I said, man, I want you to come back home with me. Me and him, we can do some things. Okay, Uncle Mike. Let's do this. So I keep showing him how to do the edits. He said, okay, I try. And then he turned around and do it better than me. I said, maybe I don't want you working with me. You're doing too good of a job. So I was like, I'm saying he ain't gonna be able to do this. Now, once I do the reaction, then you set this down and you set it up, line it up, and make sure the volume is right. You crossfade the beginning, go to the end, all that. Okay, I try. He doing the edits better than me. I said, okay. Then he came up with some ideas, great ideas, but we had to redo it because he found a way to make the video bigger, but he just chose the Super Bowl was copywritten, so we can't make that big. That got to be, if anything, we got to make it small. Anyway, So I'm teaching him how to take all the video clips and make them go fast, crossfade, seconds here, second here. People don't, professionals cross like 2 or 3 seconds, then you see something else. You see, he said, man, I said, okay, well, he may not be able to do that. That's a little too advanced for him. I leave and I go take a bath. They call it take a bath. And I take a little nap. I come back. He done made a thing. That thing was looking so good. I'm jealous. Get you fired. Go home. Go upstairs. So he's like, I tried. You sure? I said, that's good. Are you sure? I said, we using that. So we use that. So he helped doing some of the edits. So on the laptop, I don't know. We're going to see if this is going to work. You can log in. Oh my God, to save my life, man. This is the problem that you be having. We can log into the computers that's back at the studio, but we can't hear no sound. You can't edit if you can't hear the sound. Maybe you got to download wait a minute.
Yeah.
I think you got to download the sound bot for the computer.
No, you should just be able to download the video in its entirety, and that comes with sound.
No. We're not downloading it. Like if I do reactions at the house, at the studio, Tahir logs in and he can edit. You can sit there just like you're sitting in front of my computer, so to speak. He can log in and he can see the screen and he can hear, no problem. When I do it with this computer, I can log in and I can hear and see, no problem. But when he do it, he can't hear nothing. And I'm like, what the heck? So the second alternative was just to download the software, because I think later on he's gonna need the software anyway, because I want him to do some different things for people, even with the YouTube course.
Yeah, when's that starting, Mark? Mark? What? Mike?
Yeah.
Mark. When's
Just
that
don't
starting,
call
Mark?
me late for dinner.
No, I'll tell you why, because I was looking at the comments as well, and I saw Margie, and so that's why I said Mark. When's the YouTube class
we just
starting?
did a blast. We just did a blast email, y'all, and we did a blast email, and it's gonna start March the 3rd. What's it? January, February, March. March the 3rd, Monday. Monday is gonna be a wide open live stream at 8 o'clock. So what we're gonna be doing is, I'm hoping that once on Mondays, once we finish the live stream, our regular live stream at 5, 6, 7, 8, then at 8 o'clock we start a how to do YouTube live stream.
And is it going to be free for anybody or members only, or do you want to give some more info on it? Or
yeah. It's the, what is it? It's gonna be $500 to join, and you pay $50 a month. And you get all this stuff. But people like Murph, Steph, and everybody that's in the chat, our people, if y'all want to take the course, it'll be free for you guys to follow along and do everything for you guys. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes total sense.
Yeah, because I want, first of all, when the people, if one person pays and registers, I'm here by myself. Nah, I need some support. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing.
Yeah.
So, my treat for everybody who has been helping and participating and doing the best, watching the videos, sitting here on the premieres. Sometimes I can't even sit on all those premieres. We dropping videos like drop it like it's hard. So, of course, Uncle Mike always trying to give back. I wish I could just do everything for free, but we gotta feed these kids, feed the kids. Listen to me. And guess what, y'all? When we've been running those ads, we've been running the ads. hey guys,
Mhm.
doing the talking about the YouTube growth system, our YouTube course.
Yep.
Guess how many people signed up?
Oh, let's go because the last time it was what was it? Last time that we spoke, it was about 50 odd.
Yeah. What makes it so bad is me and Ariel went through, and a lot of people, oh, we need videos, Mike. FY, thanks. Okay, yeah. I got some videos we got to edit. Out of that, whatever number it was around 50. We had to delete some of the things because the back end showed one person like 2 times, 3 times, whatever. So that dropped down to 40. But now we got 108 people who registered.
Wow.
108
That's
people
nice.
who
That's
registered. Yeah, 108
That's
people.
awesome.
I'm like, dude, and that's already subtracting all the doubles. So she got to go through. And what we're going to do is we're going to blast email the 8 people. And I'm putting together a little speech for people, man, and letting people know that I recommend everybody take this course to actually learn, because once they release these robots, y'all, once these robots start coming out, it's going to be just like a cell phone, just like everything. When cars first came out, when things first come out, they very, very, very expensive. And then people start finding
duplicating it. It's like it's a bit like Courtney's cane that cost him so much, and his hat that cost him so much, and now you can buy them on Temu. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
20 minutes later. So yeah.
So once you buy these robots, and then it's going to be a way of our life for the younger generation. And this always happened. The older generation, I ain't had no robot in my house. Shoot, I might be asleep. They mess around, try to kill me. Because that's how we think.
Yeah.
Uber drivers, the car's driving itself. I ain't gonna have no car driving myself. Shoot, that's stupid. But humans driving the car, drinking and driving and trying to text and drive and accidents and all that stuff. So what I'm trying to say is once robots start taking over and companies, imagine like Uncle Mike is doing a YouTube channel. I can hire a robot to edit these videos all day and all night with no mistakes. I had to fire 2 people that was editing the video because all they want to do is hurry up and get the money. Hurry up and get the money.
Yep.
But you never know, Mike. Never know about what. What about what? Yeah. But anyway, the robots, the bigger companies like, for example, Amazon. This was on a YouTube video I seen. The bigger companies is going to actually, like Amazon, it's going to have the remote control cars that drive themselves with a robot in it that walk up and deliver your package and keep on moving. And the system would be more flawless instead of having all these human beings driving all around the place. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know when that's going to happen, but I think 10 to 15 years is going to happen. But my point is, what is the humans going to do? How are we going to make money? The only way we can make money is online. There's so many jobs today being replaced by the computers. There's a whole restaurant that got nothing but machines making the food, and people want to go try them.
Well, even down to, and what you're saying at the moment resonates. What's happening over here, even like in supermarkets and stuff like that, they're getting rid. What they're doing is they're getting rid of a lot of staff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even going to say allegedly because it's happening. They're getting rid of a lot of staff and replacing. Do you know when you go to the checkout? When you go to the checkout, they're getting rid of all of the checkouts. Yeah, and they're doing self-checkouts.
Self-checkout. You got maybe about 8 self-checkouts with one person monitoring everything.
Yep.
Instead of having 8 cashiers bringing your stuff up.
And then you're wondering why your economy is going so bad.
Right.
You know
back in the day, you would have At every checkout, it used to be 2 people. It'd be the lady bringing up the stuff and the guy putting the stuff in the bag. The bag guy, the bag boys or whatever.
Yep.
Them days gone, cuz. You don't have no bag boys. Now you have robots is stocking the shelves.
Yeah.
Today they got robots just going around by itself, sweeping and mopping the floors.
Do you know what we've got? What we've got over here, right? And it's been tested at the moment, and it's still happening. But so when I say tested at the moment, it's been happening for about 2 years. There's a certain supermarket over here that now has a robot, and this is no word of a lie, and it's called the Co-op. For those that know what I'm talking about, right? They've got robots delivering food, and people. This robot literally is guided by itself. It's got its own GPS, and it's delivering food to people's doors.
They have that at some colleges, man, and it's funny because some people on Instagram and stuff, the younger generation, some of the kids will order food just so they can see this robot come. See, their curiosity is different than ours.
Yeah.
Because 𝗘𝗟𝗢𝗖𝗓 is saying I would never use the self-checkout. And I was doing that too. But imagine all the people that's using the self-checkout and you only got 2 people that's not.
Yep.
We're not going to win. United we stand, divided we fall. And we don't realize that movie, I, Robot, man. After I watched it for the 3rd time and because somebody opened my eyes and said, dude, the robot figured it out faster than we did. We are our worst enemies. One of the rules of the robot is you can't hurt humans. And one of the rules was you must protect humans at all times. Protect humans first or something like that, right? Go watch the movie. So they kept reevaluating these 3 main rules to the point that we can stay with the rules because we're trying to protect you by putting you in your own jail in your house. Don't go nowhere because anything you do, you just hurt yourself. So I'm trying to protect you. So I'm gonna make you my jail. This is gonna be a jail. You can't go outside. Excuse me? That's right.
Absolutely.
You can't go outside because you go out there and hurt yourself. I'm just trying to protect you. And they would stand within the rules at the end of the movie. So I thought that was a deep thought, because man makes all kinds of stuff. We make cars to kill ourselves, airplanes to kill ourselves. Everything we make can harm us. So if we stop making shit, maybe we won't be getting hurt. We won't hurt our shit anyway.
Well,
but I said, go ahead.
It's also down to let's boil it down to what they first started trying to do, which is get rid of cash.
Yeah, that's gonna make it harder for
the pandemic
to cheat.
The pandemic,
right? But that makes it harder for people to cheat. We're talking about people robbing people.
Oh yeah.
China,
no, I totally get that. I do get that. But
it's easier to track everybody's money.
Yep.
If you honestly made this, if you can't.
The reason why I brought it up, Mike, is because of what you're saying about the robots, right? So it's easier to, like you just said, it's easier to track everybody,
right,
and know where everybody is at every single moment in their life.
Right. If me and Mina was to make some type of 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦 drink,
yep,
right, and it's healthy, we done grew our own fruits and vegetables or whatever, and we're making this drink, and everybody likes it. But there's no such thing as cash, so you have to do some transaction. Now the government and everybody's saying, "Well, how you getting all this money?"
Yep.
The gig is up.
Just the conversation that we're having right now. Okay, so the conversation that we're having right now, I can guarantee you that if I go on Google right now, certain things will pop up that are in my feed that have never popped up before.
Right. Oh, that happened to me plenty of times, y'all. That's the algorithm.
Yep.
In my class, in my YouTube course, I'll be talking about the algorithm and how you need to use it to your advantage. For example, I got a god brother that's deep into golf. He's a golf freak. He got the little simulator when you hit the golf ball, it hit a pad in the wall. The whole wall is padded, but on the screen you see the ball flying through the air and all this bullshit. This thing costs like $30,000 he bought and all this stuff. Anyway, all his friends is in the golf. All of a sudden, I'm over his house. I text him and tell him I was here or whatever. I don't know if I made a phone call, whatever. Long story short, for weeks, I get all golf shoes, golf clubs, golf this, golf that. I hate golf. I never wanted to golf in my life. I don't even go on a golf course. I can't even spell golf. I don't even want to go swim in the Gulf of Mexico. You feel me? I ain't down with no golf.
I hate golf so much. I won't even go to the Gulf of Mexico. What are you talking about?
It's the Gulf of America now. They changed the name.
They changed the name? See? They left golf in there. That's why I don't know nothing about it. They left golf in there. But the algorithm is it's funny because MSD 988 is what? Now, no snow. Okay. Now, all of a sudden, this algorithm, everybody's saying, well, I don't want them to track what I'm doing. Like you're doing something wrong. The only reason why they tracking what you're doing or what you're looking at is so they'll know what to sell you. It's this whole YouTube, Instagram, and all this stuff is about running ads so they can put these ads in front of people. This is why Instagram, YouTube, and everybody pays you money for putting up these videos, because you attract certain people to the videos, and then they run these ads in front of people. So if y'all really want to help, let the ads run a little bit or click on one or two or something so we make more money. But YouTube has shut people's videos down, shut people's channels down, because they was telling people, don't skip the ads, let the ads run, let the ads run. And that's against YouTube policy, because it's like, if we about to start running ads also when we get back. We're gonna spend about at least $1,000 a month on running ads, period. So get ready to hear. So anyway,
you running our own ads, or we're running?
Yes. No, we running.
Somebody's running ads with us. Okay.
Everybody's running ads with us already. Once you get monetized, that's what happens. And I talked to a couple of people that it's almost like they want to control the dumbest parts of the wheel. Like the lady asked me, "What do I get to choose what kind of ads run on my videos?" And the answer is no, you don't choose. You don't need to choose. YouTube choose. Well, because I don't want this type of ad running on my videos. Why not? The person who watching your video might be wanting to see that type of ad, and they may click on it and they may make money. What type of ad you don't want? What's up, bro? What type of ad you don't want running on your video? Well, it's all kind. The people who watching from all over the world, YouTube automatically knows what they like through this thing called the algorithm. So I have seen people watching my videos, and I have seen the weirdest ads start running that I didn't even know was a thing. Like in the Philippines, people click and they start watching the videos, and they start running Filipino ads on the video before my video played. That's amazing shit to me. So how can I pick what kind of oodles or noodles or Jollibee? Half of the stuff I never even heard of. And I asked the lady, I said, "What, do you know what that is?" So yeah, I like that. All the time I like this. And I don't even know the lady. So I think Americans, I think, well, not American, I think human beings, sometimes we worry about the wrong shit. I think we really worry about the wrong shit. And if we constantly...
It's not that we worry about, yeah, and you're right in saying that we worry about the wrong shit, but we're conditioned to do so.
Right. We've been brainwashed.
Yep.
To where, and this is what long time ago, this is before I even did a YouTube channel, and the guy was saying words are only it's just vibrations. Your mouth forms, your lips and your mouth forms with this vibration coming out, and it forms a word, right? Some people speak a different language, so they form their lips and the vibration come out differently. Now, some of these words or vibrations that come out can form some words that go to somebody's ear to trigger them to do what? Want to fight you. How is that possible? You know what I'm saying? If you break it down like that, and I was like, damn, that's deep. So I said all that to say that that's why from way back then, I've been conditioning myself to say, I don't care what you say out of your mouth. There is no such thing as a vibration that can come out your mouth that can trigger me to want to fight you or be negative against you. So I've been practicing. I had years to practice this. Mina is still trying to learn this. I'm teaching it to her because I can't believe some of the stuff that she done said to people with her beautiful self. Okay, I'm done, y'all. Bye.
No, maybe you should do a show on that then, Mike.
Right, because
that'll be interesting.
I just did a reaction to Choke No Joke was on there. Paris Morgan, and they was almost saying the same thing with the young black guy was on there. I don't even know who his name, and he was saying they talking about the right to the freedoms of speech. And Paris Morgan, I didn't even know that he's not American. He has a house in America. So when you come to America, you gotta go by American rules. Is that right, y'all?
Piers Morgan lives back in London, but he's got a house in America. I don't even know if he's... Yeah. Piers.
Right. So he said, I know more about your Constitution, right? Your First Amendment. I know more about it than you do because this guy's a Black American. And it states that freedom of speech we're talking about. And he's right. You have the freedom to say, or it's freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want on these things. You can't say whatever you want. And that's the First Amendment is saying that you can't say whatever you want.
Yep.
The First Amendment is saying that you cannot say whatever you want. It's saying that you cannot go to a crowded mall and start yelling fire, 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 because that's going to make a panic. You understand? That's going, you can't, your freedom of speech stops when you start hurting somebody else. Like,
this is why I always say, Mike, right, and I'm in total agreement with you here, right? This is why I say there's a massive difference between free speech and hate speech. As soon as
your
you
freedom of speech stops when you start putting out hate speech, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And Kanye West, they were talking about Kanye West. Kanye West has put out something about the Jews and all Jews should be. Thank you, Renee. Appreciate it, Renee.
Kanye did qualify what he was saying, what he was trying to say, and it wasn't about all Jews. It was about all of the look at what religion the Kardashians are, right? So that's what he was saying. He's already qualified that. He's qualified what he was talking about, and the people. It was certain people that he was working with that all happened to be of the same. They all happen to know each other and be of the same religion. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, no hate speech. Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah.
He said, because I don't know what he tweeted or whatever, Kanye, I don't know what he tweeted, but as far as Piers Morgan was saying was Kanye tweeted
he said I can tell you exactly what he said. He said that he was going to go DEFCON on these Jews. That's exactly what he said.
And he said something about we should whoop all Jews or something like that. Beat Jews or whip Jews.
I didn't see that one. I didn't see that one. So
it was a couple of tweets. So the whole panel was agreeing on the tweet that Piers Morgan was saying. Nobody said that. Nah, he didn't say that. Everybody agreed on what he tweeted, like it was facts that it was written. And I'm pretty sure on Piers Morgan, he ain't gonna sit there and twist the words up. He gonna go word for word, fact for facts.
Yeah.
But anyway, what he tweeted was against our Constitution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The whole panel agreed, but X didn't take it down. X did not take it down. And some of the people on the panel were saying that, where I feel as though he had a right to tweet this. Now, Choke No Joke said, so as another black guy on there, he said, so if a white man come up to you and say he hates you N-word or whatever, however he said it, you okay with that? And the guy goes, well, I'm okay because he has a right to say whatever he would want to say. Now, is it gonna hurt my feelings? Of course it's gonna hurt my feelings because it's racist. But Choke No Joke really, and I'm saying, Choke, you looking at things wrong. You just because it's a white man who said it could be a black man that said it. I don't think it's appropriate. What difference does it make if a black or white or Chinese or Asian man said the same words that came out of your mouth?
Yep.
You're supposed to get upset. So if a black man said, he like, oh man, go ahead with that bull, cuz you funny, cuz. Why does it make a difference the color of the person's skin that said the negative thing out of their mouth? Because whatever it is they said is right and is wrong.
Yep.
And I can't understand how people, it takes a long time to realize that words can hurt people regardless of who it comes from.
This is what I always say, Mike, right, is that the most important thing that we have in the world is language, right, and how we use language, because that's how we communicate with each other. That language is what brings us together, and it's also what pulls us apart from each other.
Right.
So, and that's what I always say to everybody. And if you don't know how to use language, which is cool, you know, some people just don't get that, and that's cool. They're entitled to think what they want to think. But if they don't understand what they're saying, how can they understand what the Constitution actually says?
Right. And I can, it's funny how people, intentions can be worn on their shoulders when you, like the little kid, you know, I hate to keep bringing him up, but I could not believe how obvious it was. He was liking the little girl that worked with us, to the point that he was doing any and everything so he can, I don't know, pass her way, cross her path, say something to her, text her. She has her group, we need to go there to talk to them about whatever. But she's the lowest in the group. We supposed to go see the supervisor first and see if all this stuff is done correctly first, and then the supervisor point you to who has your job, right? And you go see, then you go see that person. He goes straight to her. He goes straight to her every time. I said, dude, you can't keep doing that. You so obvious, to the point that we had to move our desk around, and he moved his desk as close as he could to her. And me and the other people are laughing like, watch where he moved his desk at. So we're gonna set all his stuff up, all his items way on the other side of the room, like to say, this is where your desk need to be. and he taking his stuff and moving it over here. I mean, he just looks so obvious. You look so obvious that what's in your mind. And I've seen a lot of people do this. I've seen people do this in the chat. I've seen people do this on YouTube. What do you call it? I call them ATD2.
ATD2.
Yeah, I've seen people do this with what's the dude name? Shit.
AT2 you talking about?
Nah, not him, but the other dude that got the 500,000, that got 4 cars, he buy them with cash. That did the fake, he did the fake stop and deceased on Maggie.
Oh, Lionel B.
Lionel B. You know what I'm saying? It's like, are you serious? What lawyer, what true lawyer is going to go to somebody's channel, this little ass channel, and take their time and do a stop and deceased?
That's why I call him Liar Nil B. Liar Nil B.
What dumbass is going to do that? I don't understand that. And how much money you need to pay a lawyer? You know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff just don't make sense. You know, what's up, Debbie, with the 1 cat? That's my girl right there. But anyway, using Gmail. Let me go because Tahir already told me that we don't have no videos for tomorrow. And I got to do videos and I got to upload videos and my stomach hurt, y'all. But thank y'all, Stephanie. Thank y'all, Murphs. Thank y'all. Thank y'all, chat. Everybody who's watching the videos on the main channel. This is not the main channel. This is the live channel.
Yep.
Y'all know that, right? The main, watch them videos, man. Our numbers is up. Tahir is mad at me because I keep saying the numbers was down. Hey, y'all, Uncle Mike was real nervous for a couple of days. I wanted to go home early. I don't know what's happening, but our numbers was very, very, very low. I was getting nervous as hell.
You don't need to be. It's because people are all of this we're figuring out, Mike. We've got it figured. We know what's happening, right?
Yeah.
And even now, I'm being called, and this is just, I'm just going to make this quick point, right? I'm being called a racist.
Of course you are. We all racist.
Yep.
We
So
all
I
racist.
just wanted to mention that, just so that people know that you know, even though
that's why you cannot let the vibrations that come out of other people's mouths or the taxation
into your soul, and that's why I'm not getting angry about it, because I know that it's a lie.
Right.
And do you know what I mean?
So
and you know
people,
that it's a lie. Steph knows that it's a lie. Tahir knows that it's a lie. And so I just thought I'd mention it, just so that
you know, Tahir don't know nothing. Tahir don't know nothing. Anyway, but there has been plenty of times people called, text, and sent me emails. So at this channel talking about you. Well, good. That's nice, because the less I say, the more the people that's hearing them talk about Uncle Mike, calling him an Uncle Tom and all this negative stuff, they gonna come to the channel and say, this guy's an okay guy.
Yep.
In fact, he is so busy minding his business, he never even said nothing bad about the person who's talking about him.
It's called.
On top of that,
yeah,
I haven't even said nothing bad about anybody. Period.
Yep.
Unless you got it coming to you. And I'm the type of person, if I'm going to come get you, I will come and get you. I will buy a plane ticket and I'm going to come get you. I ain't got time for that bullshit.
This is the thing, and it's called baiting. It's called baiting. What they're trying to do is they're trying to bait us into getting into conversation with them.
I'm glad you said that, Murph, because now I'm trying to teach both of y'all to ignore that bait.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
Our bait needs to be
I don't give a
Build a
I
channel.
don't care. I
Who
ignore it.
said
I don't go to channels.
Who said somebody?
No, I
Somebody
don't go to their
text
channels.
me.
I just get texts all the time.
No, they
Yeah,
send me messages, but I ignore them. But you ain't gonna come up in here and play with me. I know that much.
right, right. Somebody sent me a text. I can't remember who it was talking about too strong. They said, "You mean too weak?" Damn. Your channel is now called Too Weak. I'm like, huh? Come on, man. That's a low blow. Don't say that. Too strong? You mean too weak? I said, God damn. Well, the Music Recording Network. Thank y'all, man. You had the male problem, Mike. That's all, Lord. That was full of error. Yeah.
It wasn't a male problem, it was a mole problem.
A mole
that's
problem.
That's what Temper's saying, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you had a mole problem. We all know that is a lie, Murph. Yeah, I saw that one too. Yeah. It's funny because Murph is a great guy. Everybody know that. So Murph, whatever happened to the dude? I call him the government getting the government money dude, the government grants. What's his name? Storm Radio.
Storm Radio. Oh yeah, no, he's still out there.
He on Too Strong's live quite often. I don't know if he's still. I'm like, God dang, I wonder.
And by the way, just as you mentioned him, right? So this is the guy that was on here saying that YouTube isn't the way to go ahead, because radio is the way to go ahead. And I own 5 radio stations, and all of this stuff. When we've got actual facts that business is going bust.
Yeah, but what makes it so bad is
But he's always on YouTube. But he was saying that YouTube isn't the way to go ahead. It's like, what are you talking about, man? What are you talking about?
So I'm gonna go on YouTube to let y'all know YouTube ain't the answer.
Yeah.
Did y'all know that YouTube is the second largest search engine?
Yep.
On the internet.
Hence the reason why it's owned by Google.
Who was the biggest search engine on the internet?
Well, I've not looked into that, but I would say Google.
No. Yeah. Google is the #1 biggest search engine. What makes it so bad, Stephanie? People will guess at this answer and get it right. But they don't know who the second biggest is. Now get this. This is the part that kills me. YouTube is the second biggest search engine, and they not even a fucking search engine.
Nope.
Right.
So all the other search engines should be embarrassed. Bing, Yahoo. Yeah. I would be embarrassed. This person done beat you, and they not even a search engine.
Mm-hmm.
Google, #1 search engine. When you search stuff, they put videos up.
Well, that is also because YouTube is owned by Google.
Yeah, you're right. I don't care why it happens. The only thing I know is one of my videos may be shown on Google, which happens quite often.
Mm-hmm.
So the moral of the story is you might as well ride with the big dogs, which is YouTube. They seen the value in YouTube years ago. That's why they pay so much money for it. Because the how-to videos, y'all, anytime somebody trying to do something, I have put a clutch in my Jeep. I have fixed water pipes. I done tried to fix the daggone refrigerator. That didn't work, though. That didn't work. It was broke. But I went to YouTube to how to fix a refrigerator, how to do this. YouTube is here to stay. YouTube is the most dangerous thing on the internet, period. You got audio and video at the same time that can teach you anything. Anything you want to learn. You want to learn how to cook? I'm sorry, sis. I'm loud. Hey, sis. Think about it. Anything you want to do, you don't have to go to college. You can just go to YouTube. how to kill a fly. Flies in here.
No, it's so true. It's so true. I mean, you can. Like,
so
if
who
you,
goes to radio for what?
Yeah.
What you go to radio for? To listen to your favorite song when you can go to YouTube to do the same thing?
Yep.
Or you can go to Spotify or to get the man, radio is dead. You know it's dead. And you holding on to something that's dead. I got a friend of mine that live right around the corner. Keep telling me, man, we supposed to support each other. You don't support my radio station, but I support your channel. Well, he probably on right now. But my point is this: I'm trying to support you, brother, but I'm not trying to support something that's dying, that's boring. You got this, you playing other people's music that I don't want to hear. I ain't got time for that because I'm trying to support people who need help.
Yep.
And these people that's in the chat right now that's listening to me, I think they need help. Not, I mean, like you need help, but I think they want to see something. And we're going to show them something, baby. Got the footage.
And that's the thing. I think all three of us, you know, and, you know, Steph, obviously, it's your channel, Mike, and, you know, you were the one that started this, but people don't understand the amount of work that Steph does on this whole thing about helping, right? I've done my bit, but I've had other things going on, and you do your bit all the time, right? But Steph is the backbone of this operation, basically.
Right. So you got to give her a little bit of leave her alone.
Yeah, leave her alone. That's what I'm saying.
No, keep bothering her.
Michael Jackson once said, "Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Leave her alone."
I'm gonna change the words to "get on a nerve, get on her nerve, get on a nerve." Tap, 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 tap. I'm mad at my Filipino family. Go home. We bought all these instruments. We ain't had no band practice or nothing.
Nope.
And me and the hiding instruments, we got keyboards and everything. It's too hot to practice, y'all. It's hot as hell outside. Good God Almighty. All right, y'all. I'm gone, man. Thank y'all so much, man. Monday, when we get back, it's gonna be one Monday. It's gonna be a couple of days in a Monday, then the very next Monday, because I'm gonna get everything together.
When is your flight back? Next week?
On the 19th, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah, next week.
Yeah, yeah, next week. But I think I'm flying into time. So yeah, so by the time I get home, it's gonna be a whole.
It's gonna be yesterday.
Yeah, the same day I leave, when I get there, it's gonna be the same day or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're gonna need a couple of days because you're gonna have jet lag when you get back anyway. So
yeah, I don't care what kind of lag we got. When them eyes open, we're gonna do some reactions. I cannot believe, dude. Y'all ain't gonna believe this, man. I can't believe that this video. I don't know what the heck. There's a video that I thought was gonna do real good. 2-hour video, and it ain't do good at all. But then you got this Diddy video that is a big old lie that's got 63,000 views. It's a story. It's not even a true story about Diddy, the one that saying Diddy caught HIV in jail.
People like lies. You don't know?
they do. They find it entertaining. That we've been speaking about this, Mike, whilst you've not been here. We've been speaking about the fact that people see this as like they're watching some kind of Netflix documentary.
Movie.
Yeah.
Do
you know what I mean? And they find it as entertainment, and it's not entertainment. We're talking about real people's lives, right? So as much as I despise Diddy, I'll never use the word hate against him, but I will say that I despise Diddy. But even he still has some, should have obligations. And when people are speaking about the First Amendment and stuff, just going spiraling back to what you were saying.
Right.
People
So,
people should not be allowed to say things like that about people that are false.
right. What I'm gonna do is when I get back, I got a buddy of mine who I taught everything what to do and everything. And I'm gonna sit there, I'm gonna talk to him about two things. We're gonna put together a reality show. And I need his help because he's just like a me. He got all the equipment, he got all the cameras, he got everything, but he don't have nobody to help him. I got the same thing, and we know each other. And I'm gonna say, look here, man, just let me take the lead, because some people start concentrating on the wrong shit.
Absolutely.
We should get incorporated. We should do an LLC and all this. Fuck all that shit, man. We're gonna get these people to pay us some money to be on our show, and we're gonna grow from there. Now, between all that time, you can go do an LLC and get your brother to do an LLC and all that dumb shit, because y'all started off doing all that shit the first time, and I told you we didn't need to do that, but you did it anyway, and look where you at, zero, struggling, living month for month, trying to pay your bills. Try it microwave one time and watch us blow up. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a reality show. We're going to do little scenes and clips of what we think Puffy could have did behind the scenes, make little skits and little movies up, because you got DeAndre and you got other people that want to be in movies all around the world. So we get these people to play their parts in the movie.
Yeah, totally.
Imagine like Stu. It's what you call it? I was calling it Stu. It's about studios. Imagine a whole movie or a sitcom or whatever about people trying to go to recording studios. We got a shitload of recording studios. Then they shooting up the studio, people running, trying to sell drugs out of the studio, all this stuff. But it's all make-believe, but we make it look as real as possible with the blood and the makeup and all that type of stuff. And people are like soap operas.
Yep.
These motherfuckers look at this soap opera shit. Y'all know that ain't real. Like Superman. I said to myself, why would you want to see a man flying through the air when you know damn well it's fake?
Well, and that's why the saying "not all heroes wear capes" comes from.
Right. And that's why that video about Puffy, and some people texting saying, you know this fake, right? And I'm like, yeah, I thought I said that in the beginning. But the real is, it's got 63,000 views. That's real.
Yeah. So there's 63,000 people out there that like to watch all of this shit and just believe what they're told, regardless of going and doing their own research. They just believe. It's like watching a news program or seeing a newspaper and looking at the headline. Even if you don't even buy the newspaper, you look at the headline and you just make an assumption based on that headline without actually going and researching it yourself. And that's the problem that we've got.
Yeah, I bet you any amount of money. This live channel, people say, you better watch Murph, because Murph's trying to take over your channel. And I said, really? How is he gonna do that? Take over?
Yeah.
Explain to me how does a Stephanie take over your channel? They just try, like no. But when they say Stephanie, they don't say Stephanie trying to take over. They say Stephanie gonna bring your channel down. See, Stephanie don't have the power to take it over, but Murph got the power to take it over.
Yep.
But see, Murph can't bring the channel down. Only Stephanie can bring the channel down.
I'm the worst.
Here's the thing that tripped me out is, do you understand our plan? You don't even know if we got a plan in that. You talking about, well, they hurting your channel, Mike.
Yeah.
They are? Says who?
Yep.
Right now, we just running the numbers on the channel.
Steph has had, no, I was just going to say, Steph's had this, that, and the other said about her, which I won't reveal because I'm not going to give them the satisfaction. But when it comes to myself, I can freely speak about what's been said about me. I've got HIV, apparently. I've got this, that, and the other, and all of this stuff is being said about me. and then they're telling you that we're bringing your channel down. It's like,
how come Murph don't turn his camera on? I said, I don't know. I never asked him why. And then what make it so bad, Murph? I started noticing more and more people on their channels stop turning their cameras on. Hell, maybe I should turn mine off.
Yep.
Oh, the damn thing, it ain't on there. The world ain't on this one. But anyway.
But yeah, no,
should I care? Should we care? I didn't know we supposed to care. Murph, turn your damn camera on, or you kicked off. I ain't know where's the list of shit we supposed to care about? Because y'all didn't give me the list. That's what the problem is.
Yeah, exactly.
Shoot. So when we get back this summer, y'all, we're gonna be filming. We're gonna be doing maybe 2 or 3 live sessions a day. If we setting up with these, I don't know, rap contests, music business stuff, and Murph and Steph, y'all are gonna be in charge of coming up with questions and not interviewing them, but relating it back to all the stuff that we stand for, like missing kids. Like, do you know the reason why we're doing all this is to help raise money for the missing kids or something. So the rappers, or of course it's going to be a bunch of rappers, you know that. People playing the Puff Daddy, the record label stuff and everything. We might have a scene where somebody actually is kidnapping and making people do stuff against their wills just for the Hollywood side of it. I don't know. Does that make sense? You know, if we have somebody playing the role of Puffy and somebody spiking a drink, right? We have a scene where we at this club.
You making a movie?
Yeah, it's gonna be a sitcom, and next you know this dude drink has been spiked and he fall out, and we put him in the back of the car, cut, you know, it drive away. Then he wake up, he all strung up with his pants down. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know how far they want to go. Some people, and it's funny because I was thinking that when you start doing this reenactment stuff and everything, some people don't want to go real far. But I found out the opposite. Everybody want to play the villain and everybody want to get killed in the movie and shit like that. I'm like, what? I wouldn't want to do that. I don't want to play the bad guy. You know, crash up some cars for real. Be like, what? People watch this shit. People will watch it, you know.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
You know,
they do, and it's
and then we can get to the point where people be like, "Oh, it's made up, not as real." How you gonna make up crashing a car? I would buy a cheap. You can buy a car for like $300 or $400 or whatever. Some old car. I got a couple of old cars. You can get them running, drive it down the street, and crash it on purpose. Then call one of my Then call one of my boys that got a tow truck, come tow it, and take it to the junkyard.
Probably need a permit for that. But
I don't need no fucking permit for that. You need a permit before you crash a car?
Before you film it, you crash it on purpose, yes.
No, it's an accident. We was filming and we thought he was gonna make that turn. Didn't we think that, y'all? It wasn't we don't need no permit for that. I don't even know how to get a permit to crash a car. You set the cameras up, you crash the car, and you get
a permit to close the street.
And we ain't closing those streets. What you talking about? There we go thinking again. We ain't closing those streets. We're gonna
Somebody's gotta do it, Mike.
Somebody's crash the car. Yeah, you're right. We're gonna do things the Mike Cross way and watch we get this car crash scene. I already had one scene done.
Watch Mike B. We be raising money for Mike's bail money because he done crashed the car.
But we didn't know the car was gonna crash. It was an accident, Your Honor. It was an accident.
And they gonna be like, Steph, you guys better no let him sit there and think about what he's done. I tried to tell him. He gonna just
Mike, you've just said it was an accident, but you've just said it live on YouTube.
Right.
I'm saying live on YouTube that it was an accident. It was a car accident. Oops. We thought he was gonna make that turn. Didn't you think he was gonna make that turn? Yeah, Your Honor. He told me to say I thought I was gonna make the turn. See? I know the judge will say, "Well, get your dumb tail up out of here. Don't do that no more." Yes, Your Honor.
Lord have mercy.
Next thing we crashing a motorcycle.
Oh my goodness.
Jumping off a boat. Dun, 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 dun.
Now you know what they do in movies when they do explosions and crashes and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
You know how they do it.
Yeah.
Dum 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 dum.
How they do it?
Green screen,
No,
and
they make
use
everything small.
miniature cars,
So you
and
can
all that.
play on your little Tonka truck tracks, and you can act like that. We'll bring the camera in real close and make it look like it's a regular car, and then you can crash it that way. You will not need a permit.
And some of the scenes will be a dummy, and it be flying in the air, be a real dummy, and you can tell it's a dummy. And when it hit the ground, boom, then all of a sudden the person get up and start running. You be like, man, that was fake as I don't know what, but it's entertainment. It's the way you do it.
Oh yeah, we'll get Jason Statham involved as well.
Yeah, when you crash the car, you're gonna we can crash the car like this, Stephanie. We can drive the car. The car didn't crash yet, and then we get real close.
Hot Wheels. You talking about Hot Wheel cars?
Nah, that's what you're talking about. I'm talking about the real deal. Cut. Then we jack the car up and put it on the side a little bit and put it up against the railing. It's and the guy. What happened? Yeah.
Well, Mike's gonna make an action movie.
And then what make it so bad? We switch the car out so you can see all the damage of a car, and it'd be a whole different color car. Like, man, that's not even the same car. Man, I hit that rail so hard it turned the car colors.
Bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
That's the nephew part.
You could definitely make a parody.
Right. It's gonna be funny, humor, and do whatever you. I know one thing. Every time I did something funny compared to what my man did, he did a Christmas thing, and everybody had on these ugly Christmas sweaters. That shit was whack, young. It was.
I don't like
nobody.
Christmas sweaters.
Right, and they did a scene where they was at a party and everybody was cool. What's up, man? We at the party having fun. And then all of a sudden it switched to everybody having on these goofy Christmas, like Bill Cosby used to have these ugly Christmas sweaters on. And I didn't get it. And everybody, they was laughing. And I said, man, ain't nobody going, this ain't funny.
I don't like to spend money on clothes that I'm not gonna wear. That doesn't get me.
None of that stuff fazed me, man. But we was at work one day and this dude had on this he had on this whole outfit that was like wrapping paper, man. That thing looked funny. Now that's funny. But anyway, yeah, COPS, cops. Yeah, that should be the name of the movie, Cops. And it'd be
that's already the name of a TV program.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It should be not Cops, but Investigators or something.
That's what it should be, Mike in Wonderland.
Yeah, because what happens is
should call it cups instead of cops. Cups.
Yeah, it should be something about this whole story is about two investigators that's trying to get to the bottom of and it could be all on these two investigators, like Diddy's investigators, these two guys, and they going around and investigating studios, record labels, and all this stuff, and see who's saying something negative about Puffy. But these people trying to do music and really, man, we ain't no Diddy here, baby, no Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. And that'll be the spinoff. Bye, Stephanie. Stephanie getting sleepy, y'all. Cups.
I had a long day. It's all right, though.
That'll be real cool, man. And they over there, them two guys that I know everybody saying that. Them two guys came out there it was like, we just want to ask y'all questions. Is somebody paying y'all to say things about Diddy? Who are y'all? Y'all scaring me, all that type of stuff. It would be based on them two guys running around asking people questions, and people like, get out of here. You see them running down the hall. Ah, they got to jump over stuff. Yeah. And it'd be real.
Mike's having a moment, people. Mike's having a moment.
Really
and there'd be real gangster dudes chasing after them, trying to kick their tail. That'd be funny, boy. Anyway, bye, y'all. I gotta take a shower now.
Bye,
I gotta
Mike.
cool off. I'm heating it up.
See you later.
Bye, Mike. We love you.
Take it easy now. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, we got one more video, guys. I don't think it's that long. I think it's like another 15 minutes. Because I have had a day, my brother. I have had a day.
Okay.
So,
yeah, me too.
Yeah. My food didn't come home with me. Well, it did come home, but I didn't get it. So it's gone now.
No, you need to get right. I'm just gonna say it, Steph. You need to get some more food.
I spent 5 hours trying to get that food.
It doesn't matter.
This is why I just go to sleep.
You still need to eat. I'm
Okay.
telling you. You know that I'm going to tell you off, and you know what I'm going to do.
I'll be on the
phone. I'll be on the phone with you. I'll be on the phone with you until you go and get some food.
I know. I need like. Yeah, it's just been a day. All right, let's get this last video because I do want to see this one. It's a CPS one, so we'll check it out. We'll talk about the food later. Everybody knows I tried.
Same room, huh?
Hi, I'm Karen Hutz.
Hi, Karen. How are you? I thought it was going to be Charlene.
No, I'm the second level supervisor, so I would introduce myself. So what we wanted to do was just quickly discuss your visitation with your daughter.
Okay.
And last week reported that there was concerns because you were discussing legal stuff with so I wanted to just kind of clarify that at this point that we're still supervising the visits. They're still going to be, was it Wednesdays, hour and a half?
Right.
So because we're supervising, we need to make sure that the visit goes well and that your daughter enjoys her contact with you, and you discuss things that are appropriate for a 9-year-old.
Right.
So we just want to be clear that you really should not be discussing the lawsuit, anything family court related, anything that's going to upset her or that's adult material that a 9-year-old doesn't need to be aware of or involved in. So I believe she did have a reaction to you discussing the lawsuit.
What kind of reaction?
She was kicking the seat, she was cursing, she was yelling. She just seemed very out of sorts.
What was the content of her reaction as opposed to all those actions?
It was after the visit.
No, I'm saying the content. Was she saying anything? Was she referring to something or what?
Specifically, I don't know what she was saying, but this is her reaction when she gets upset during her.
Hold
How do
on
you know
a
there's a
sec.
correlation between that behavior and what we were discussing?
It's an assumption, but our observation was that you were discussing quite adult content to a 9-year-old.
Did you want me to pause it?
Yeah, just to say.
Sorry.
She blatantly says there, I don't know what she was saying.
Right.
But then goes on to say, but our observation was. Right. So if you don't know what she's saying, how can you have an observation?
And how you gonna tell me how I'm gonna talk to my child? Like, see, I get real.
Yep.
Don't tell me what I'm gonna say to my child, honey.
Yeah. Sorry. I just wanted to say that. That was all.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Really? And discussing court the lawsuit and court matters as adult content?
Absolutely,
Uh-huh.
yes. So that's our opinion.
So basically you are telling me that I should not discuss the lawsuit with her?
Yes, it's exactly what I'm saying.
You're telling me that, okay. I guess I would ask, by what authority do you have to tell me not to discuss a lawsuit with my co-plaintiff who is also suing the institution?
Because she's a child, and if you want to discuss legalities, probably I would recommend you talk to her attorney.
Well, you're citing that you're going to do it just because. I'm just saying, do you think you have an authority? I can't speak about
Yes.
court matters with my daughter.
If you disagree, you can go to court.
I'm just asking you what the authority based in law.
Because we were ordered by the court to supervise, unsupervise, or monitor in contact with your daughter
Mhm.
at our discretion.
I see.
Our discretion is, we don't believe you should be discussing adult matters with your daughter.
Okay, so you really can't cite any particular statute or anything that
No,
says...
you cannot. Again, we're given the authority, so if you disagree with our authority,
Uh-huh.
you have the right to contact her attorney. Apparently you don't have your attorney,
I'm going pro se.
right, so you can bring a petition to the court to discuss your disagreement with our discretion.
I see. Well, what harm do you suppose speaking to her about these court matters would be?
She's 9 years old.
You know, she's 9 years old, but what harm do you suppose would come to her about
She
speaking?
doesn't need to know that you have a lawsuit that you're bringing to the judge, that you're saying we're doing something against your civil rights, against her civil rights. You have the perfect right to file any petition you want.
Mhm.
It hasn't been heard yet.
But I understand what you're saying, but you're not telling me what harm would come to her. You're saying, I don't need
It's
to.
so upsetting to her. She has a reaction to it. She gets upset with
She does not want
the
to
point
speak.
that you're saying. We're going to court, we're going to tell the judge that, well, I don't even know what you said, civil rights or that.
You haven't read the lawsuit? You haven't
Oh,
read
I
the
have
complaint?
read the lawsuit, but
Have you?
Karen's
No, I haven't.
Karen's saying that she doesn't know exactly what your words were with Anya, other than you were talking about the lawsuit.
I was talking about the
And it's not an
lawsuit.
appropriate content for your visit. It's not a good topic.
All right,
She's
well,
9 years
I've
old.
asked her, but what harm would come to Anya
It upsets Anya. It's
by speaking about the
upsetting
lawsuit?
about adult things, lawsuits, family court. Anya has reported to me that these topics are upsetting to her.
Well, let me ask you a question. If she wanted to have some food and I said no, and that was upsetting to her, does that mean that I have to give her the food that she wants?
No.
Okay, so some things can be
Okay,
upsetting
all right.
between interaction between a parent and a child.
As Karen said, the visitation is at our
And it's
discretion.
not, I understand that.
Okay.
I understand that.
And we're advising you, and we've talked about this before, what's appropriate during your visit.
So some things can be upsetting to her and that's acceptable to you, yet other things can be upsetting to her that's not acceptable to you, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, do you think there might be a conflict of interest, perhaps, that you're being sued by me as well as by my daughter, and you're interfering with me consulting with her about the
If
lawsuit?
you believe that, then you can bring a petition to family court. You have that perfect right. It's our discretion right now.
This is out of family court. This is in federal court now.
I'm not speaking of any lawsuit. I'm speaking of our order of protection states we have a discretion to supervise, unsupervise, and monitor your visit.
I understand.
We've, in our discretion, decided that it's too upsetting for your daughter to hear about
Her own lawsuit.
Yes, yes, that is our decision.
Well, I didn't hear your answer to my question, though. Do you think there is a conflict of interest in you telling me that I can't speak about a lawsuit with my co-plaintiff, who's suing the institution as well as Ms. Waltman, and really is involved in it and is actually a victim in it? You don't think there's a conflict of interest?
No, I'm not discussing the lawsuit at all. It's nothing to do with any conflict of interest. It has to do with you bringing up adult content.
But you...
I'm specifically addressing the lawsuit. However, I've read that there have been many other instances where you've discussed adult content with your daughter. So what I'm saying is...
Adult content? What is adult content? Pornography?
The family court. We've talked about
Well,
this
I know, but
over and over again.
she is being indeterminate. You're saying adult matters. You know, to me, it sounds like pornography. I'm not talking pornography with her. I'm just talking about our visits, our life together in the past, what's happening. No, it's not, according to Miss Waltman. She did. She sent me a letter saying I couldn't talk about the past or the future, only the here and now. That's all I was allowed to talk about.
However you would determine that to be. That would involve what did you have for breakfast? Did you see any good movies lately? How's school going? Do you have any friends? What are their names?
Right.
Do
Not
you remember
our
when my
life,
birthday is
not our
coming
life
up?
before or our future together.
No promises should be made to her about your coming home in
promises.
a certain period of time.
No promises.
Or I've gone to court, so all these people here that have wronged us will be going to court to tell the judge, and we're going to...
Well, those aren't things that I spoke about. Those are...
and I don't know specifically what you discussed.
Well, we discussed what it would be like when she comes and
Just
visits
pause
me
that there,
again,
Steph.
and we
2
get
seconds.
back together again.
Right, so she's just said again, right, and the reason why I'm asking you to pause is because there are people in the side chat that know that I've spoken to them personally about all of this this kind of stuff that's happened to them. Right, she just said we don't know specifics about what she talked about. Now, if you don't know specifics about what was spoken about, how can you then bring somebody to the police station? You're on mute. You're on mute, my love.
Yes, I was talking to Jay. He just walked in. Sorry.
No, it's okay. No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. How can you say that we don't know specifics of what she said, but yet you're bringing somebody into a police station? How does that work?
But this is the thing. See, this is why we watch all these things, because it's so cut and dry, right? It's so easy when somebody has receipts and this and that and blah, 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 blah. But had this man not had a camera on him, nobody would have believed that these people are trying to tell him that he can't talk to his daughter about the case that's against them.
Yep.
Like, this is what I'm talking about. Stuff is not as black and white as we would love it to be. It's really not. And
this
things
goes
are
back
very
to,
unfair.
This goes back to exactly what I was saying earlier on when Mike was here, when I said people are so lazy these days. And when I say people, I'm not saying everybody. I'm saying these people specifically are so lazy that they just read a headline and they believe it without even going and researching
Believe
things
it.
for themselves.
Somebody shows them something and we automatically believe, oh, they have receipts. Who receipts you got? You ain't even involved. You're not even involved.
You've got nothing to do
All
with
you
it.
doing is reading the paper.
She's not.
What are you talking about?
Both of these women that are on this video have both equally said 3 times that they don't know specifically what was talked about. That they don't know because they've not spoken to her. Right? So how can
people better wake up and get a clue, man. People up here playing in people's face. And they be willing to take the first thing and run with it instead of just wait and realize, you know what? I don't know everything that has to do with that. Let me sit back and see what's going on. Let me see what happens. Oh, this ain't none of my damn business. Let me stay out of here. I'm telling you, people need to wake up. It'd be so easy. That's why they call them sheeple. Because they sheep people. They don't ask no questions. They just run with it. As soon as somebody shows them half of something, they like, oh yeah, that's what it is. Oh yeah, this, that. Come on, bro. Out of here. Like, get out of here.
Exactly. Let's get through this because you need to go and get food.
And that might be in a 9-year-old mind. Oh, so I'm going back with dad.
You know, interaction between a father and his daughter, it's possible.
It is possible.
Yeah. But on the possibility that might happen, that doesn't mean that you have to nip off every possible line of conversation and communication between a parent and a child.
Okay, so how about if whoever supervising believes that you're starting to discuss adult matters that might be...
I wish you'd be specific when you say adult matters.
You know,
adult matters means sex and pornography. That's what adult matters are.
No. adult matters means something that a 9-year-old can't grasp and understand and can't process.
Okay.
So that would be a lawsuit that Daddy filed against.
Of course,
the
you,
department.
so you say.
So,
But you
and
know,
that's her opinion,
but
okay?
I have discussed lawsuits before this ever happened.
And let me just say this, because he's educated and he's intelligent and he's calm, people will listen and consider. But let's just say that he's not calm. He's angry, he's yelling, he's whatever. Then people don't want to listen to him, even if he's correct. And see, that's a problem too.
No,
Because
that's
it
a massive.
shouldn't matter about
And you're
how he's acting. It should matter about what's right.
you're absolutely correct, right? So if he was, in my opinion, that is, if he was to be going off on one, as we would say, like shouting and screaming and saying this, that, and the other, people would automatically assume that he was guilty. They would assume that he was guilty.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Yeah.
And that is a problem in itself, right? If and it's already, I'm not going to say too much, but I've been there and done it, and then I changed my ways, right? Because I realised that going in angry is it not, when it comes down to children, right? I'm trying to think about the best way to word this without it coming out wrong, but when it comes down to children, as a parent, if you care about your children, which I hope and pray, even though I don't pray, but that at least 80% of the world population care about their children, right? Your first instinct is to go absolutely insane if somebody is trying to do something to your children.
Yeah.
And
like,
do you know what I mean?
I'm honest with you. I'm not gonna be as calm as him, and I'm gonna call her all kinds of whatevers. I'm telling you right now, there's no way in the world.
Yeah.
There's
So
no way in
because
the world. Get me your supervisor at that, and get me your supervisor.
Yep.
I'm going in that ass. Understand? I'm going in that ass. There's no way.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. I don't play no games when it comes to my kids, and you ain't about to tell me how I'm going to parent my child. But it is what it is.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But
before these petitions ever happened, I've told her about these things. We've discussed these things before. She actually told me she likes talking about these things. She told me it in the last visit. She said, "But Daddy, I love talking about that. They just told me that if we talk about it, I'm not going to be able to see you anymore." So that's a threat to her by this institution.
I'm sorry that was said to you by your daughter then. I'm certain it was not said to her by us.
Well, I'm not so certain because she's told me that before.
And I'm sorry that you heard that.
Okay,
So,
but you know what, I think that's going back to what you're suing us for, so that will be
So I
addressed
wanna-
later on. What we're saying right now is, Gary, we are telling you not to discuss the lawsuit. We are specifically saying do not bring that up with Anya or family court matters, okay? This has been discussed with Karen and I, and if you do this in the visit, we have the right to end the visit.
And not let me have any more visits.
Not let you have that day.
you'd be given, a warning that, okay, Mr. Tristan, remember, you weren't gonna discuss that. Okay. And then you move on to something else. If you bring it back around to that again, we would have the right to say.
So he doesn't have a right for his child to know why she's not with him. He doesn't have that right. He's not allowed to speak about. He's not allowed to speak to his child about when she's asking questions about, Daddy, why am I not living with you? Why am I not there? Why am I not here? What's he meant to say?
This is bullshit. I'm just gonna say this is bullshit, and they'd have been smooth cussed out by now. But better him than me, because he handled it a lot better than I would have. Because I would snatched somebody across that table. I'm just gonna say right now, you'd have had me in handcuffs, and then it would have been another whole story, another whole problem. And they just threatened him to not be able to talk to her again. So to end the visits, if he didn't do what they wanted him to do, and see, this is the type of stuff that we're talking about. But then all of a sudden, You want to judge somebody else and what they going through and make assumptions. But you
We're
see this man sitting here, right here, and they threatening him with the same type of treatment. For what? For what?
But what they're not offering, right? And this is what really gets my goat, right? So they're saying one thing. Let's just turn the table slightly. So they're saying one thing. We are telling you right now that on a visit, you're not allowed to mention the lawsuit, because they're using that tactic to say that that is adult conversation and not fit for a 9-year-old, right? Okay. But are they giving him any information as to what he can say? Makes absolutely no sense.
No, because they don't want to look like the bad guys. That's all that is.
Exactly.
And they are the bad guys. And that's the thing, is that they sitting up here trying to cover their ass. And she don't like y'all. She don't want to be with y'all. And y'all want her to feel like she wants to be with y'all. Why do you want a child to want to be with y'all? Only children that want to be with y'all, children that really are in terrible situations. But the ones that want to be back with their parents, like, see, this the whole purpose. The whole purpose is to build healthy families. But these people don't know how to raise families. Look at them. They don't know how to raise kids. Bet you their kids is running amok all over the place, if they even have any. Please. They perfect examples of kids that's out of control, school shooters, kids on drugs, running away, doing all this like that. They look like the type with them type kids, but you over here trying to tell somebody else how to raise their kids.
Yep.
That's all
Yep.
I'm gonna say.
Yep. Let's get through this bullshit.
The visit is over now, and you'll see your daddy next week.
I see. So even though my daughter wants to speak with me about the lawsuit, and I want to speak to her about the lawsuit, and she's really interested in about the Constitution and how law works and how procedures work in court. This is just normal teaching, actually,
Well, how about if she
between
brings up
myself
the
and my
Constitution?
daughter, okay? And you're telling me I can't talk to my daughter about the American legal system or the Constitution.
We never
Yes, you
said
did.
that.
Those are legal matters, and they're directly related to this lawsuit. This lawsuit's based on constitutional
Then
principles.
it must be done in a general sense, and then you should bring the U.S. Constitution with you, and you guys can go over that A to Z
Oh, really?
if you wish. If it's going to be discussing specifically that you are suing,
I'm not
anyone-
suing alone. She's a co-plaintiff.
You-
Her
you-
name
you
is
and
on
the
the
court.
lawsuit.
Yes.
She's getting counsel already from the court.
And that's where it needs to stay, is with her counsel in the court.
It needs to stay between co-plaintiffs as well.
Okay, you need to talk to an attorney, and you need to talk to her attorney. Okay, and we're not going to keep going round and round
Her
about
attorney's been
this.
recused. She's being
It
sued as
doesn't-
well.
I'm not saying anything about attorneys. I'm saying you should contact
You said her attorney.
your daughter's attorney.
Right.
Her, meaning your daughter's
Her daughter's attorney is being sued as well,
Okay.
and is going to be
Whoever
recused.
that person would be, that's who you should contact. At this moment, our discretion is, you are not to discuss the lawsuit or any family court matters which you're supervising your visit.
Otherwise, you'll stop the visits.
We would give you one warning, and then if you bring it up again,
Uh-huh.
our discretion is we would end the visit
That
that visit for the rest of the day,
Uh-huh.
and then you can come back again. If you don't agree with that, you have the right to go to family court.
Family court again. What's this family court nonsense?
That's all
This
you have
is a
right
family
now.
court
So
order.
you don't have anything in any other court at this point.
But
You're
the
waiting
family
for-
court has nothing to do with the
The
lawsuit.
family court has issued your order of protection and your order of disposition according to your AC date that you took.
That's true.
That's under a family
Nothing
court
in there
order.
says we can't talk about court matters.
It says it's discretion
discretion
of DSS.
And under supervised means
So-
that we have the right to make comments and suggestions and recommendations.
Okay, and so your discretion is, I cannot have a conversation with my daughter about court matters or our common
Your court
lawsuit.
matters.
No, our court matters.
You are in general, the plural sense.
Okay.
You cannot discuss about the
This is not just my
you
lawsuit. This is
and
my
your
daughter's
daughter
lawsuit
have
as well.
filed. You cannot discuss your daughter and your lawsuit that you filed, or family court
I
matters.
didn't quite understand that. Let me just reiterate if I understand correctly. I'm not supposed to talk with my daughter, a plaintiff, in this lawsuit about the lawsuit or what's in it.
Yes,
During your
that is correct.
visitation here.
Or what's in it.
That is correct.
When you say your lawsuit, what do you mean? My
Yours-
lawsuit or our
yours-
lawsuit?
Yours in the plural sense. Your daughter's and yours
Okay,
lawsuits.
that's what I'm trying to understand. So we're not supposed to discuss the content of the lawsuit that we're both suing this institution
Yes,
for?
that is correct.
And if we do, you'll stop the visit?
No, you will be given a warning.
Oh, to be given a warning, and if I continue to do it, then you'll stop the visit?
Then we will say the visit is over because it's our discretion.
Okay. You
And
did,
you
you did,
have
you
plenty
did
to talk
contact
about.
your own attorneys on this, right?
I don't need to discuss that.
Okay.
We have discretion under the order of protection to supervise.
No, you don't.
You have
You
plenty of
don't.
other things to talk about.
No, we don't have plenty of other things. If the only thing we're supposed to talk about is the here and now, what's in front of us, we're not supposed to talk about our future, we're not supposed to talk about our past. There's not a lot to talk about. But that's not the point. The point is, I consider it constitutionally privileged to be able to discuss court matters with one's own daughter about a lawsuit that we're both in on against the institution.
That would have to be done in another venue.
And you, being the recipient of this lawsuit, you're telling me, no, you can't consult with your daughter about the lawsuit that you're being sued with.
Then you need to have legal counsel with you, I assume.
That's a conflict of interest, as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
Then you need to file some kind of petition.
I'm going to file some kind of petition. Yep.
So when do you have your next visit?
I believe it's Wednesday.
Look at her arms. Look at what she's just done.
Remind you of that?
Yeah. I was here last time at 3:30.
I believe you were late. She was
Well, about
looking out the window.
5 minutes late.
15 minutes, So, just try, she sits at the window and stares out the window looking for you to come, so it's a little stressful for her.
Well, I try to make it as fast as I can, and I'm usually here even 3 minutes beforehand. On some occasions, I'm...
You can come even early, you don't have to come.
Oh, okay.
If you want to be here, that's fine.
Well, I try to make it as soon as I can. Sometimes there's traffic or something that stopped me. Okay. Well, I understand your position, and I hope you understand mine.
I absolutely do. But we're just talking about the visit. It's a legal thing, and we're not attorneys, and we can't discuss any of that. Just your contact with your daughter. And
Also, I need to get your name down. Thank you. What is your name?
Karen, K-A-R-I-N.
Karen, huh? Uh-huh.
H-U-B-B-S.
And her name is Karen.
She's a Karen.
Grade B, huh? Okay. And that's your full title, and that's your name?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay.
And preventive unit.
Oh. Preventive or preventative?
Either is fine, I think. Preventive.
Either's fine. What?
Okay.
Okay. And then we got this Allen Hill that says tomorrow.
All right, it's been nice speaking with you.
And that is why you need to have a real lawyer, because he should have had his lawyer in there to be like, no. You're not about to tell my client what he can speak to his co-defendant about.
Did you see towards the end of that video where Karen realized that what she was saying was wrong, and she sat back and she crossed her arms?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So reading people's body language, that is like, oh my God, I can't believe I've just been found out. And then when he said about when she said either is fine. When he said presentative or representative, he said either is. She said either is fine. No, it's not fine.
Mm-hmm.
Which are you? Which are you?
Right. And the thing is, she sat there with all the confidence in the world and told him something that was totally wrong. And that's part of the issue too. Just because somebody says something like they know what they talking about does not mean they know what they talking about. You have to be able to ask questions and get answers. If it don't make no sense, then it don't make no sense. Like, continue to ask questions until. But this is just more proof that things are not always as clean cut as we think that they should be.
Yep, totally.
So here it is. They're blatantly telling him something to do, not to do, and threatening him with not being able to see his child or talk to his child or have visits with his child.
Yeah.
And that is not their place. So if they can do it to him, you think they can't do it to anybody else? You think they can't do it to somebody they think it doesn't have enough money to get a lawyer to say something?
Yep. And this is what we're talking about, peeps. This is
Yeah.
exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Right. So if people want to come and do content on us, watch videos like this and then come and do content about us and show what we're exposing. What we are exposing about these people who just want to make up false information, right? Because this man has done absolutely nothing wrong. That was his daughter. That was his daughter that he was in there he was called in to have a meeting with them. They didn't tell him that he needed a lawyer. He didn't even know why he was there at the start.
Yeah.
So it's always good to have a lawyer. Yeah, I agree with that. I totally agree with that. But what I will say is that he was just called in for a meeting in a place where his daughter happened to be.
Right.
And she is part of that legal case, and she speaks to her dad, and he even makes it clear that she asked him about the information about the court case because she knows that she was part of her name is mentioned in the court case, and she wants to know about the Constitution. She wants to know about this stuff. She's inquisitive. At 9 years old, you're really inquisitive about your own life. You want to know about what's going on.
Right. Right. Hey Mina, how you doing? Thank you.
Mina.
Wouldn't have even argued it with them. They'd be too afraid. They probably didn't expect him to question them about it. And that's what they're banking on. They're banking on you being too afraid to fight, too afraid to speak up, too afraid to argue, and just allowing them to do whatever they want.
Yep. All of the above. Yep.
Yep. Yep. And so at the end of the day, you know, you can't trust people nowadays. You couldn't trust people before. You just got to be careful. State lawyer, work with CPS and judge, doctor school. Yeah. And so that's why you need to have, a private lawyer if you can, a private investigator. You got to fight. They're not going to lay down and let you do it. But if you fight, then, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
So,
And just to pick back up on the point of the comment that you put on screen about you can't trust people nowadays with Kiki. Yeah, nothing is worse these days than it's ever been. We just know more about it because of social media and because we have more TV channels and more news and more newspapers and more this and the other. We get notifications as soon as something happens. There's nothing worse today than it's ever been. It's all the same. We just know about it quickly. That's the only difference.
Yeah. And that's the thing. The justice system, at least in America, doesn't work for people who don't have money. It would be different if, a public defender worked as hard for you as a private lawyer, but that's just not true. A lot of times they just have too many cases, and a lot of times they just don't care. They're used to seeing things come through, and it's kind of just like I'm standing here and passing you off, standing here and passing you off, standing here and passing you off. But even with a public defender, that is your lawyer. You tell them what it is, because they will try to get you to, give in to whatever it is, because that's the easiest thing for them. But no, you don't have to. You can say, no, I'm not doing that. 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 They'll threaten you. Oh, you can get this many days if you don't do that. No, I'm not doing that. If that's not what you did, then no, I'm not doing that.
And it's the same here to a certain degree. We've got a thing called legal aid over here, but only certain people qualify for legal aid. So you can be poor but not on benefits. You're still working and stuff like that. And if you're earning over a certain amount of money, even if that means that you can't even afford to go and buy a loaf of bread, then you won't qualify for legal aid. So,
Right.
do you know what I mean? So, what you're saying is also true in the UK as well. But it's just a different system. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. So, but that's what we got for today, guys. I'm sorry. I don't think so. Am I shaking? Maybe I'm moving. I don't know. I'm tired now. He's talking about I'm shaking.
Steph needs to go and get some food, and I'm going to make sure she gets some food.
Yeah, but it ain't gonna be 5 hours, so I don't know. I might just go to sleep because at this point, clearly, this is the second time, and it hasn't worked in my favor. So I don't know. Jay brought some of his food that I brought him. He's like, "You want some of this?" Like,
well, eat it.
I'm just like,
let's do another MJ. Eat it.
I'm so disappointed that that I didn't get the rest of my like I literally had 3 pieces of fried
just
chicken.
eat it.
I can't believe she threw up all over there. I'm like, what the what?
No, you seriously, before bed you need to eat at least
stuff.
a little something. You need to eat a
Anyway,
little something.
guys. Yeah, I might get some pretzels or something. I don't know. I'm like, the wind has been taken out of me today for this. It was 5 hours of trying to get food, and now it's like, whatever. So I'll think about something when I get over here. But I got my cough drop, so
there we
got
go.
that. Anyway. But yeah, guys, so appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us for a little bit. It's about our time to get out of here. As always, we appreciate spending time with you guys. You guys spend time with us. Murph, you have anything to say before we go?
Just the same that I always say, my love, and I know it might become boring, but side chat, 99.9% of you, I love you all, and Steph is my sister, and your hair looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Love to you, and you know we've got each other's backs. That's it. That's all I've got to say.
Yes. Thank you, brother. Well, guys, have a great night, great morning, great afternoon, wherever you are around the world. We will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Remember, tomorrow morning, I will be 9:30 on my channel. If you want to come and tune in for a little bit. That's it, guys. Have a great night, morning, afternoon. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.